sounds.
Hello everybody, welcome back, and if you don't know, this is Warframe Test. We take one Warframe, testing on a bunch of enemies, and see how many enemies you can kill in a short amount of time, and tell you the pros and cons of it, and showing you if it's worth getting the frame in general. And today is Gara. I know I'm very late, but you know, school. So, here we are finally. So, if you don't know who Gara is, she is a glass frame. Hold up. She's just gonna be loud. Also, if you didn't know, Gara is a frame you get from Plains of Eidolon. She's very beginning. If you just do her quest immediately, then you're already open up to a bunch of other stuff to do. Especially with the quill, so you're gonna need this quest first in order to do the quill, because that's how you know, open the door with your 10-0. If you can't do it before, you have to do this quest first in order to do it, or you just didn't find it for this long time, so, yeah. But, if you didn't know, Gara is a complete glass frame, and in my opinion, she's very versatile. She can be defensive, or on top of that, she can be solo, or she can help out a team. So I think she's very good, and I'm glad they made a frame like this because it took them a while. I haven't seen a frame that could be like solo or helpful since Equinox, and that was like years ago. So let's get started. I should probably show you my build. So here's my Gara build. It's not the best. Yeah. All I know is that you want to have range, duration, and efficiency. You don't really need strength on her. She does CC, so she doesn't really do much of anything else besides CC with her last ability when you like crack her like shield thing. So you shouldn't really have to put that much strength on her. So I just decided to put none, and I'm doing great. Silent Similar, rest in peace. I think got nerfed. There goes my 4 Forma, but here it is. I'm not even going to talk about it. Static-Core, I feel like I should put a Forma on this, but I probably won't, because I'm already doing 1,000 something corrosive damage, so I only did that for critical damage. I might need to put a Forma on this, so stay tuned. Also, if you guys want me to do a weapon build test thingy, or just a weapon testing series, leave in the description, or I'll put a poll up like right about now, and you can vote, because I'm not so sure if I should do a weapon testing, because a lot of other people already do it, and I'm not so sure if I should do it, but we'll see. And my favorite weapon, the Sendo Prime, I've had this since the very beginning of the game, and I got it back because I accidentally deleted it because I was stupid. Here it is. Best weapon I've ever used. Moment of silence. It's really good though. Like, if you didn't do that Frost thing before to get Frost Prime in the Syndana, well, there was another thing where you can get the Sendo Prime, a skin for it. No, I don't think there was a skin for it. But you get the Sendo Prime and like the Soma, and Shrinkter come with their own catalysts and weapon slots. So yeah, hopefully they might do another one for Christmas. We won't know. And my companion, which I got rid of because she would just be making too much noise. Now, if you don't know, the first ability is, I like to call it my beautiful glass slash, because that's practically what it is. Yeah, either you can shoot it like a little sword, or you can swipe and hit people. So it's very versatile, if that makes sense. It's not just a basic old ability, because you can do so much with it. For example, there we go. Took so much damage. Or you can just throw it. Woo! It's a great ability to just knock people over that you don't have time to deal with. Like a heavy gunner, this will knock them over and you have time to run away if they're shooting at you, so. And it does a lot of damage too, if you're wondering. You can actually one-shot 105s with this. It's very strong. That's why you don't really need strength on it. It's not needed, if that makes sense. Woo. Let me just get up here, because I'm not trying to do a double take. Now, if you didn't know, her second ability is called Splinter Storm, which is probably one of the best, like, armor buffing things I've seen all day. You can cast it on other people, which will do damage over time to them, and you can just swipe to knock them over. If anything, her double armor is probably like the best part. That's why a lot of people run builds with Splinter Storm. Oop, I'm taking damage. Okay, so Splinter Storm buffs your armor, and I think it buffs your shield durability. I'm not so sure, but I know it buffs your armor. So, now onto her third ability, which I actually need to kill these enemies because they're not going to behave the way I need them to. Let's just summon 10. Whatever, 9. Okay. Her third ability is beautiful. It's called Spectre Age. Or Spectre, whatever. I'm gonna call it Spectre. So what happens is you put a little thing around them, and once it's open, when they shoot it, or you kind of cast it, it does this. It will capture them in a little circle, depending how much range you have, and it will do damage to them. It doesn't really scale that high with new enemies, as you can see, but now to finish it all off with the best ability yet, her final ability. I almost messed up. Look how much of a gap. Oh jeez. But it is beautiful. It will freeze them in glass, which gives you a lot of time to like lay a headshot. If you have stuff to do, you know. Like let's say if you're doing a ribbon mod and you need to do headshots, you can get like the Nell or like a good old pistol. Maybe it's your secondary or something. This would be the perfect thing to do. Because even though it freezes them, it's just great. And before, when you're using it, it would actually just like let you get your character killed. So thank goodness they put that update out, because oh my gosh, every time I kept using this ability, it would just keep, all the enemies would go after me and take my character out as I'm casting my ability. But as you see, if you just spawn it like flat like this, you'll get the basic tall as a frame, practically a little bit taller thing where they can't really jump over it. Or if you bullet jump them, you'll get this beautiful thing over here, which is a massive shield, and this is why I think she can be a perfect solo frame. If you put maxed out in like strength, not strength, if you do maxed out like crazy duration in range, like overextended in like a maxed out stretch, and like a lot of duration, like for say narrow-minded, which I think takes rare range, but you don't really need that much range with her. You really don't, because you can see I don't think I really casted it that long, and if I do, you'll see what I'm talking about. I've overextended in a maxed out stretch. That's a lot of shield space, which I don't think is really needed, because that's, oh, there's assist. Is it fully done yet? I'm not sure. But as you can tell, this is really big for no reason, and I don't think you're ever going to need this much space, because it's just not needed. Also, I'm going to demonstrate, if you do this, you will you'll break it. And if you do Splinter Storm and Slash while you're doing her ultimate ability, you'll kill the enemies what's inside of it. Now I'm going to show you how that works. And no, I'm not doing to the shooty guys, because I'm not trying to do this all over again. But let's say you want to take out all these enemies in one area. You're going to cast Splinter Storm. You're going to get all their attention. I think I just messed up. Okay, great. You're going to cast Splinter Storm one more time. You're going to get all their attention. Come on, look at me. And now you're going to get them into one area. So that means literally get everyone's attention. And now, you're going to cast this beautiful ability right here. You're going to cast Splinter Storm on them. Okay? And now, when you do this, well, to lower enemies, this works a lot better, but oh well. But what it would do is it would like break them, kind of like that, and it would do a lot of damage and they'll disappear. So it's like, see, it does damage to them, but since they're like level 105 and I literally have like 40% strength on this, won't do a lot of damage. But it's great if you're in like a lot of damage, like not a lot of damage, if you're like around a lot of heavy gunners and like corrupted butchers and crewmen and you need to just get a breather, you would cast her her fourth ability, which will freeze them all in glass, and it would just be amazing, because then you have enough time to land headshots, or to get energy, or to just run away. So it's like probably a really great ability to do solo missions with, because she really can't die if you know how to use all of her abilities equally and perfected. Like if you could perfect all of her abilities in one go, you're good with Gara. So, you know, yeah. To do her pros and cons, there are a lot, but I'm just going to stick to 3 pros and 3 cons. If you didn't know, I do 3 pros, 3 cons, and that's very, let's say this frame is worth it to you, or if she's not worth it right now, you should get it later, or just not worth it in general until they get into the rework. So, okay, now we're gonna finish off the pros and the cons, which is the very end of the video, so let's get started. First off, her pros, she's very good at color. Number 2, she's very easy to use. Number 3, she's really good for defenses, interceptions, mobile defense, etc. She's good for those type of things because of her shield. Now, her cons, she was very hard to get and very expensive. Number 2, very hard to color most of the time. Number 3, she doesn't really work well with other frames sometimes because, for instance, Limbo, I don't think many frames work with Limbo, but they could just send her into the rift, and most of the time she can't really put her shield down and it won't do much. But I think the update fixed that, because now she can put her shield down and kill enemies even if she's in the rift. So that's good. But in all actuality, I recommend this frame to people who are mastering 2 and up, because you can easily get her. She's not difficult, because at mastering 1 you can go to the plains and see this, farm her parts, get the resources and make her. So yeah, she's not that difficult to get. But for if you're going to use her for an advanced like player style, and if you know what you're doing, I really do recommend her, because she'd be great for your arsenal of defenses and other things. And I probably use her too much, so I need to start getting Ember Prime. So when Ember Prime comes out, you know who's gonna get her. But if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.